Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Shivkumar News. Here I am only reading the Hindu newspaper. My purpose and aim is improving my knowledge and English only, nothing else. Therefore, please support and guide me. This is our today first article. Trump priorities work for India. EAM Jay Shankar welcome initiative that will keep energy prices affordable. He says US interest in multipolarity technology and connectivity promising. President seems open to connectivity plans of collaborative nature, he adds. Union Minister S. Jaishankar speaking with Chatham House Director and CEO Brownwan Maddox in London on Wednesday. Article written by Shri Ram Lakshman London. Citing the shifting geopolitical order, energy technology and connectivity initiative, External Affairs Minister S. J. Shankar on Wednesday said that several priorities of USA President Donald Trump and his administration were promising for India. I think we see a president and an administration which in our parlance is moving toward multipolarity and that is something which suits India, he said, clarifying that by practicing multipolarity, the Trump administration was in fact promoting it. Mr. Jaishankar was speaking at Chatham House, a London based think tank, on Wednesday during an official visit to the UK. The USA had been thought of as a bloc with the West since 1945 rather than as a nation. But now the USA own self-perception is more as a nation, the minister said. I think from President Trump's perspective, the one being shared enterprise that we have is the quadrilateral security dialogue, Mr. Jaishankar said, referring to the grouping of India and the USA, Australia and Japan. Each quad member was paying its fair share, he said, and so there were no spats about burden sharing. Financial burden sharing has become a central issue between the USA and several European countries in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization NATO military alliance. Mr. Trump appears open to connectivity initiative of a certain collaborative nature, Mr. Jaishankar said. We have a deep interest in that, he added. The minister was presumably referred to the India Middle East Europe Corridor IMEC, which finds mention in the India USA joint statement that emerged from Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent discussion with Mr. Trump at the White House. The statement also refers to others and future connectivity initiatives such as the newly announced Indian Ocean Strategic Venture on Energy. Mr. Jaishankar said India welcomed Mr. Trump's action that would keep energy prices stable and affordable. Mr. Trump is a strong proponent of fossil fuels and is changing USA policy to drill more petroleum and natural gas. The Trump administration emphasizes on the development of technology and its use as a game changer in global politics offer a lot of possibilities, according to Mr. Jaishankar. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal is currently in Washington DC to discuss a trade deal with the Trump administration, a fact that Mr. Jaishankar brought up. India USA relation are at probably their best, Mr. Jaishankar said. So we have absolutely no interest in undermining the dollar at all, he said, adding that the problem in India's reason was the lack of availability of the dollar. Mr. Jaishankar was asked about the intentionalizations of the rupee and whether India supported the USA dollar as the world reserve currency. He said that the government was promoting the internationalization of the rupee as part of the effort to promote the globalization of India. He cited a growth in India's trade, external investment and Indian tourists abroad. So sometimes there was a lack of hard currency, especially by the dollar, necessitating the use of the trade settlement or need for clashless payment between India and other countries, the minister said. Later in the discussion, Mr. Jaishankar said the The dollar was the source of international economic stability, and right now there is a need for stability. In February, Mr. Trump had threatened at least 100% tariff on BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa country if they wanted to play games with the dollar. The BRICS country have a diversity of view on the dollar. Mr. Jaishankar said the assumption said somewhere where there are united BRICS position against the dollar. I think it is not born out of fact. He said. So guys, this is our today editorial or article, Beyond Beijing, Unlocking a Feminist Future in India. Our article written by Susan Ferguson is the country representative for UN Women in India and is a part of the team UN in India. Kenithia McCaffrey is the country representative for UNICEF in India and is a part of team UN in India. As India continues its journey toward gender equality, the Beijing Platform for Actions remain a guiding framework. The Beijing Declaration and the Platform for Action is one of the most comprehensive global blueprints for advancing women's rights. India's progressive on gender equality stand as a testament to sustain policy effort, grassroots movement, and the resilience of the women and girls. The Beijing meeting in 1995 brought together world leaders and 70,000 delegates from 189 countries to agree on a roadmap to accelerate women equality through 12 critical areas of concern. More than 200 Indian women were in attendance along with the government of India. The area of concern included poverty reduction, education and training, health, violence against women and women's economic empowerment, and influences in decision making. The past these 3 decades have witnessed remarkable strides in many of these dimensions. Visible evidence of change. The expansion of the maternal health care under the initiatives such as Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan and the Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana has increased institutional deliveries to 95%. Maternal mortality had dropped from 130 to 97 deaths per 1 lakh registered 1 lakh births between 2014-2020 sample registration system data. Today, over half of married women, 56.5%, choose to use modern contraceptives, giving them greater control over their reproductive health. The Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Jan Arogya Yojana, the world's largest government-funded healthcare scheme, has provided millions of women with free access to critical medical treatment. Education, a core pillar of the Beijing Platform for Action, has seen notable progress. The Beti Bachao Beti Padhao BBBP initiative has played a vital role in improving the child sex ratio and increasing school enrollment for girls. The National Education Policy 2020 has paved the way for higher retention rate and opportunity in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM thought safety concern in higher secondary education remain in some places. The Ministry of Education has integrated education with skill development and life skill training, charting flexible and inclusive pathway for adolescents. UNICEF has been able to provide support in increasing linkages with broader support system, empower sanitation, reducing menstruations related absence. Women's economic empowerment has been central to India's gender equality agenda through the National Rural and Urban Livelihood Mission. Nearly 100 million women have been connected to financial network while self help group, fostering entrepreneurship and financial independence. The Unified Payment System Interface (UPI) has revolutionized financial transaction with women increasing using digital platform for saving and investment. The Deen Dayal Antyodhya National Rural Livelihood Mission has empowered over 100 million rural women through access to credit, livelihood opportunity, and the financial literacy program. The Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharta Abhiyan has trained over 35 million rural women in digital literacy, ensuring that they are not left behind in the digital revolution. Bringing the digital gender divide has helped women participation in the digital economy. India has increasingly financed women empowerment through the gender responsive budgeting. The share of the gender budget in the total national budget has increased from 6.8% in 2024-25 to 8.8% in 2025-26. $55.2 billion is allocated toward gender specific program. UN Women has able to provide support for this government effort. The shadow of violence, gender based violence remains challenge. The Beijing Declaration called for ending violence against women, yet women will still face violence here and across the world. The establishment of 771 step centers has provided essential medical, legal, and psychological support to survivors of violence. The introduction of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023, which came into effect in July 2024, strengthening the legal protection and improve women's safety and justice. The country's effort to eliminate harmful practice and strengthening response and including many innovation. A blockchain based system in Odisha ensures that the survivors receive swift, confidential, and coordinated support. Partnerships such as the one between the United Nations Population Fund and Rajasthan Policy Academy have enhanced gender responsive policing, building survivor trust, and expanding access to justice. The powerful forces for change lies in the leadership of women, young women, from climate action to digital entrepreneurship. Young leaders are redefining gender. Initiatives such as Gender Advancement for Transforming Institution Gati project, which promote women's STEM, and the G20, the Tech Equity platform, which has trained thousands of young women in emerging technology and showcase their potential. Women have played a pivotal role in India's transforming driving change from technology entrepreneurship to governance and social development. The Women's Reservation Bill, which guarantees 33% legislative representative, built on local governance success that have empowered close to 1.5 million women leaders, the larger control of women political leader in the world, a guiding framework. The 30th anniversary of the Beijing Declaration, reinforcing the gender equality, is not just a women's issue, it is a global imperative. India's progressive has been propelled by strong government leadership and capable partner both local and global, strengthening the collaboration. Investing in young women's leadership and addressing system barriers will be a key to accelerating action and progress. The Beijing Platform for Action remains a guiding framework as India continues its journey towards gender equality with an unwavering commitment to women-led development, financial inclusion, and social transforming. India is setting a global benchmark for individual and sustainable growth, one that needed in the world today. Now more than ever, accelerating action for gender equality. Now, guys, this is our today second article or editorial notebook. When an officer from the CMO asks for a journalist source, every observation and interaction with Jayalalitha's was instructive. Article written by T. Ramakrishnan. Recently, several prominent personalities paid tribute to former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha on the 77th birth anniversary. I had followed Jayalalitha's public life from the beginning. She, like me, was also once a resident of T Nagar, a shopper paradise in Chennai. Every observation and interaction yielded new discovery. On May 16, 2011, when she was sworn in as Chief Minister for the third time, I saw how strongly she could express herself without saying a word. When I bent forward to give my visiting card to her at the Chief Minister's chamber at Front St. George, the seat of the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly, and Secretariat, a police constable tried to push me gently. The way she started as the constable is still fresh in my memory. However, in 2001, when Jayalalitha returned to power for equation with the media was anything but cordial. Her government began to file defamation cases against the press. By September 2003, her establishment has filed 15 defamation complaints against the Hindu. Apart from having initiated such breach of privilege proceeding in the assembly against the newspaper for 3 reports and an editorial titled "Rising Intolerance." Back then, I had one done some research and called for a story that I thought was harmless. The story was about the Tamil Nadu government's decision to construct a check dam to augment water supply to Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Like many other parts of the country, was reeling under a long spell of acute water shortage. Chennai, which largely depend on rainfall to quench its thirst, was affected barely. Any news report on water caught public attention then, as it invariably appeared on the front page. My story too appeared on page 1 of the Hindu on July 26, 2001. But Jayalalitha had a different opinion. Her objection was not to the core part of the story, but to the panel penalty mate para, which said that she would meet Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu in Hyderabad on August 3 to 6 more Krishna water, which had become an important source for Chennai from 1996. I did not know his until the next day when it around 8 a.m. I received a call on my landline at time from an IAS officer who told me to be prepared to receive a call from another officer attached to the Chief Minister CMO. The other officer came on the line speaking in a softened way. He broached the matter regarding the Chief Minister's proposed visit to Hyderabad and asked me to reveal my source. I was tempted. The officer added that the only a few people knew about the trip. I replied to him that he, being the representative of almighty government, was wasting his time and energy by talking to a lowly mortal. We abstractly cut the call. I told the chief of the news bureau, M.V. Jainath, about the call. Later that day, the CMO issued a statement denying that Jayalalitha would meet Mr. Naidu on August 3. It added that in the events of such a trip being planned, the news would be given to everyone. It became clear to me that Jayalalitha first wanted to make public and positive news about her or her government mayor. When Mr. Jayant came across the press release, he thought of the mentioning in the copy about the CMO Daniel the conversation that I had with the officer from the CMO. However, on second thought, he dropped it, unwilling to precipitate matters. My source remained in the position for more than 2 years. The officer who called me also stayed at the CMO for 2 years. While I always remember the episode forever, smartening from the fact that I had been asked to reveal my source, he had forgotten about it. I met him in 2013 at a public function and reminded him about the call when his turn came. That the day to give a talk, he welcomed me and even referred to the phone conversation. Jayalalitha was still in power at the time. Ramakrishna at the rate dot t at the rate Hindu thehindu.com. Know your English from their chief critics. This is our today English article. K. Subramanian S. Upendra. What is the difference between cut in and cut up? Cut in means to interrupt someone when she is speaking. When John was explaining how to make paddles, his wife cut in and said he was wrong. The speaker lost his temper when Ram cut in a couple of times. Cut up means to be upset or angry about something. I was cut up when my boss said I was incompetent. Krishna thought he had done well in the examination. He was cut up when he was told that he had got a C in his examination. Is it all right to say I gave him a nose cut in the sense of snub in using in Tamil Nadu? It is a literal translation of a Tamil expression. It is not used in English, not yet. Nose cry is another expression which is used by Tamil speaker, not by the English. In Tamil, I gave him a nose cut means I snapped him. What is the meaning of her remark got up my nose? It means that her remark annoyed you. To get up someone's nose means to annoy someone. What is the meaning of he walk with his nose in the air? It means he is very haughty. Walk with one's nose in air means very haughty. What exactly is the meaning of negotiate? To negotiate means to try to reach an agreement by discussion. When you negotiate, you are worried whether you will succeed or not. You are not at ease. You are uncomfortable. This is what negotiate really means. It is from Latin neg, not, and optimum is layer. Negotiator are ill at easy till the negotiation are over. Published in the Hindu on September 12, 1995. So guys, this is our today quiz, the daily quiz today about International Women's Day. International Women's Day is observed every year on March 8. A quiz on iconic women and their achievement. Quiz made by Franciszek Snaresky. Question number 1. This event was started by massive women lead protest on March 8, 1970 in Petrograd, now St. Petersburg, Russia, and eventually lead to the abdication of the Tsar. The date was later commemorated as International Women's Day. What is the event called? Question number 2. This Indian social reformer and education co-founder the first school for girls in Pune along with her husband working tirelessly for women's education. Who is she? Question number 3. On this day in 1979, this week, Asian women saw tens of thousands of women protesting against newly imposed compulsory whaling law. Which country was it? Question number 4. The pioneering scientist born in Poland became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and remain the only person to have won Nobel Prize in 2 different scientific fields. Who is she? Question number 5. The person, a Kenyan environmentalist and women's rights activist, became the first African to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. She was the founder of the Green Belt movement, which focused on tree planting, conservation, and women's empowerment. Who is she? Visual question. The Chinese writer was leading figure in 20th century Chinese literature. She was known for her work exploring the struggle of women in a changing society. However, her activism led to persecution during a major political event. Name the person and the event. This is guys. This is previous day question and answer to the previous day's quiz. Orally named Chen Gangsheng is the person took a more Western name after migrating to Australia. Jackie Chan, a revolutionary, a socialist and advocate of Pan-African. This person was born with the name of Francis Nivea Kofi Nagolama and Kwame Nkrumah. The name Robert Zimmerman chose after being inspired by a Welsh poet. Answer Bob Dylan. This Indian citizen was born Agnes Noha Boxiu. Mother Teresa. The pen name of the Eric Arthur Blair. George Orwell. Visual. Name the religious and the famous name of the person. Rastafarianism, Halicalism. Early birds who gave a birthday quiz answer is Tamal Viswas, Efrenly Usme, K. Suresh, Pyali Tulli, Sonali Das. Francis Sharki is the the Hindu. So guys, this is today one important vocabulary word is resolve. It is a noun. Drid Nishchay in Hindi meaning determination, synonymous resolution, purpose, antonymous indecision. Example strength. She received information which has strengthened her resolve. So guys, this is today video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel for further more update and more videos. Press bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching. We meet in next video or tomorrow. Jai Hind.